Now, your Storm Tracker 13 forecast first, sponsored by George Sink Injury Lawyers.
And round two of thunderstorms pushing through the PD right now, approaching I-95. Not severe, which is the good news, but there's still gusty thunderstorms. We've had a tree recently blown down further back in Darlington County. Right now, some of the stronger rain, the heavier rain in Darlington, pushing into Florence right now. Occasional thunder and lightning, and we could see winds gusting 40 to 50 miles per hour, but not as strong as the storms we saw earlier today closer to the coast. Temperatures outside right now, we're in the 70s. It won't get much cooler than this. Our forecast warm and muggy tonight, heating back up again tomorrow with another round of thunderstorms. I'll have a look at how long this unsettled weather will last coming up.
Right now on News 13, charges reduced for one of the people charged in connection with a Memorial Day weekend mass shooting in Little River. Plus, the Marlboro County School Board gives preliminary approval to a plan that aims to help the district deal with the nearly $7 million budget deficit.
Coverage you can count on at 11 starts now.
First at 11, the Georgetown County Sheriff's Office says a barricade situation in Pawleys Island came to a peaceful end this evening. Thank you for joining us at 11. I'm Trish Willowford. Edward is off tonight. It happened off Waverly Road in St. Christopher Circle. News 13's Adriana Lawrence was on that scene all day and spoke to neighbors about what they saw.
For 5 hours, a typically busy Waverly Road was closed off for an armed person who police say barricaded themselves inside of their home. While it's quiet now, we saw a heavy police presence earlier, and neighbors say it was quite a shock to see for themselves.
It's a nice community. I walk like 1,000 miles a day, and I never seen nothing like this in my life.
Deputies closed off Waverly Road all the way from Pettigrew Drive to Martin Luther King Road. The Georgetown County Sheriff's Office says its SWAT and negotiations team was on scene, as well as dozens of officials armed with rifles. For hours, we heard police over a loudspeaker every few minutes. We also saw and smelled smoke. Sheriff Carter Weaver was also on scene, who at one point told us to move back for our safety. Around 7, we heard a bang, and authorities say the individual was safely taken into custody. One neighbor says they saw both a police drone and a robot.
It was crazy. I mean, we about to leave, thinking we about to go get something to eat, have a good time, and all of a sudden, cops, drones, SWAT everywhere. Like, I mean, I was just so shocked. Like, because I've never seen nothing like that before. In person, never.
Shirley Winters says she walks the area all the time and says this incident doesn't make her feel unsafe in the community she's lived in for 40 years.
Because I like to walk. That's my hobby. I love to walk, and I love to cut grass, and I love taking care of people. That's my hobby.
The sheriff's office says the barricade individual will undergo mental health evaluations to determine further action.
But just pray for everybody, because you don't never know what people going through in their life. You just got to pray for them.
Now, the sheriff's office has yet to say what exactly led up to this barricade situation, but count on us as we work to learn more. In Pawleys Island, Adriana Lawrence, News 13.
New tonight, a shooting investigation in Robeson County. Authorities say it happened in the area of Pluto Drive near Shannon, but gave no other details. Count on News 13 for updates. A bond hearing and reduction in charges for one of 2 suspects in the Memorial Day weekend mass shooting at a party boat docked in Little River. Shawan Williams was brought back to Horry County on Friday from Lake County, Illinois, where he was arrested days after the shooting. The 19-year-old originally faced attempted murder charges. He's now charged as an accessory after the fact to a felony. Well, the judge set his bond at $15,000. He'll have to wear an ankle monitor and stay with his mother, Jacqueline Bellamy, in Little River. Bellamy and Williams' aunt, Griselda Red, were 2 of the party hosts. News 13 spoke with Red today on the phone. She said her nephew was discharged from the Navy, but if proven innocent, he can re-enlist. She also said Williams came back to the scene and spoke with detectives.
Shawan wasn't the shooter. He didn't have a gun on the dock. He did not point and present a gun. This is the 5th year Jackie has had this party. And if Jackie was a problem, or the company felt Jackie was a liability or anything like that, Jackie wouldn't be able to continue to do what she was doing.
Several of the 11 people hurt during the shooting also attended Williams' bond hearing today, including Kamya Bufkin. The 24-year-old was supposed to deploy with the U.S. Air Force this summer, but was discharged because of her injuries. Well, today she spoke with us about the shooting.
We're taking it day by day, and I'm just happy for, again, you, the police, and everyone working so hard to help us. That's all I'd like to say. I appreciate everyone.
The other suspect in the shooting is a 16-year-old boy. He faces 8 counts of attempted murder. On Friday, the state motioned to prosecute him as an adult. Well, happening tomorrow, a key vote that would make Myrtle Beach the sole owner of Pelicans Ballpark. Right now, Horry County owns 30% of the facility, but a plan approved by County Council last month would help the city pay for stadium renovations required by Major League Baseball and take its name off the lease. City Council will also take a final vote tomorrow on an ordinance with a new 30-year lease agreement between Myrtle Beach and the Pelicans. Count on News 13 for updates on air and online. Well, new at 11, Horry County Police say a woman is accused of harming a child. Authorities say Ashley Cribb was a contracted provider for a child with autism. She faces 1 count of unlawful conduct toward a child. Officials say it happened on May 21st at the Learning Station preschool. Police say surveillance video shows Cribb grab a child by the hand and drag them out of the classroom. According to the police report, Cribb told authorities she removed the child after they physically attacked other students. Well, Cribb is out of jail on a $1,000 bond. Well, new tonight, the Marlboro County School Board gave early approval to a plan to help make up a nearly $7 million budget shortfall. Well, the plan would consolidate some schools, freeze some salaries, and reallocate positions. You can read a full rundown of the plan at WBTW.com. Board members said a tax hike could be possible in the future to avoid another budget crisis and boost reserve funds and avoid possible layoffs. The district hasn't approved a millage rate increase in more than a decade. A legal battle is underway in Columbia over lawmakers giving themselves more money. Well, in the new state budget, lawmakers moved to more than double their in-district compensation. Republican Matt Lieber says it isn't a pay raise, but a reimbursement to help public servants. He adds lawmakers haven't gotten an in-district raise since 1994, and they need to adjust for inflation. But Senator Wes Clymer says the way it was done is unconstitutional.
Regardless of how you feel about a legislative pay raise, this is the wrong way to do it. It violates the Madisonian principle that the legislature cannot take the people's money and appropriate it to themselves in real time.
Difficult for the current crop of legislators to continue to work. And so action, I felt like action was right to go for it now.
The South Carolina Supreme Court has issued a scheduling order requiring the state to respond to the injunction request by next Monday. Well, jury selection today in the trial of this Horry County woman. Megan Jackson is charged in connection with the October 2020 killing of Gregory Rice. Rice is the father of Jackson's 4 children. His body was found in November 2020 in the Little Petey River. Jackson's trial was delayed several times since she and then boyfriend Chris Dontel were arrested in 2020. Dontel is awaiting sentencing after he struck a deal and agreed to testify against Jackson. Opening statements in Jackson's trial are set for tomorrow. Count on News 13 for updates. Well, new at 11, sentencing rescheduled again for Myrtle Beach Safari owner and Tiger King star Doc Antle. Well, he faces federal conspiracy and money laundering charges. In November 2023, the 63-year-old pleaded guilty to violations of the Lacey Act, which, among other things, prohibits the illegal trafficking of wildlife. Well, he faces up to 5 years in prison on each count. Antle's sentencing was supposed to happen tomorrow, but that was moved to June 23rd and reset again last week. Antle is now due to appear in federal court in Charleston on July 8th. A federal appeals court previously tossed a separate pair of felony convictions against Antle. You'll find all of our coverage on these cases at WBTW.com. Well, tensions between protesters and law enforcement continue in Los Angeles. Next on News 13, why the state of California is now suing the Trump administration. Frank.
We saw showers and thunderstorms across the area this afternoon into the evening hours. Some of those storms were severe, and we did have some wind damage across parts of our area. More storms are moving through right now into the PD, but they're not as strong as the ones we saw earlier today. I'll let you know how long this wet weather pattern is going to last coming up.